Hey everyone, what's up? This is answers video number 3. For those of you who haven't been keeping up, in video 119 I asked everyone to ask me questions. I said I would supply answers. Little did I know I would get 10 pages of questions. So, I'm going to jump right into it. Start with Alec Kermit, who asks, are you going to do any more custom console mods paint jobs? Yes, I am. I actually just completed one that I will be offering in an upcoming contest, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It will be happening very soon. Some call me Elliot. Will you ever do another video game review like you did with Resident Evil 5? Yes, I will. I really enjoy doing those. And I've also done 2 other. I did Fallout 3 and Little Big Planet 2, so if you haven't seen those, check them out. Nintendo Lover 229, what old games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, did you have priced the highest? Off the top of my head, I can't even remember. Currently, I sell a Nintendo 1990 World Championship reproduction cart for $50, and I did sell a Super Mario RPG not too long ago for $55, but that's all I can think of right now. Sunsfan 2427, are there any good games on the Wii besides the Mario stuff in Red Steel? Yeah, absolutely, without question. We all know there's a lot of garbage on the Wii, but if you're willing to really look, there are tons of fantastic games. I would recommend Twilight Princess if you haven't played that. Elebits was great. The Trauma Center games are awesome. No More Heroes is one of my favorites. So, just, you gotta look. And the games that are coming out in the end of this year and 2010 are going to be amazing also. So, check that stuff out. Curtis Ping Pong asks, if you could create one game based entirely on what you like, what kind of game would it be and what would happen in it? I guess for me, I like zombie games a lot. Dead Rising is just one of my favorites. I'd like to combine that with something like Left 4 Dead, with those fast, crazy zombies and hordes of them coming at you. Then throw in a little bit of Fallout 3, like the VAT system with a true RPG feel, and little Grand Theft Auto 4, something fully explorable, free roaming, where you could drive vehicles and everything. That would be my favorite game of all time. Cinechain Gang Soldier, do you like socks? Yes, I do. I wear them frequently. Bowser King 64 and Friendship ask, who do you like better, Mario or Sonic? That's really a tough one. I grew up on Mario, and I love Mario games. Since I started collecting, though, I've become a huge Sega fan, and I love Sonic. Given a choice, I would say, just on nostalgia alone, I'm going to have to pick Mario, though, because Mario's been with me since I was a little kid, and I think the franchise itself has been handled better than the Sonic franchise. So, both as nostalgia and as a game franchise goes, the Mario is definitely the stronger one, and the character I like the most. Sam D. Goodrick, how do you do mods? Watch video 108 and then look at some of my other videos. I actually have some compilation videos that show step-by-steps on some of my mods, but I really couldn't just tell you, in one video how I do them. So check those out and they'll give you some ideas. PSP Guy 711, are you a retro or a modern gamer? I'm both. I grew up on video games. I've been doing it for about 25 years now. I love old school games. I still play them as often as I possibly can, but at the same time, I'm a big fan of the new stuff too. So I'm not just one or the other, I'm both. Eder 2315, is that a Marvel vs. Capcom on your right? If so, is it for sale? It's not on my right now, it's in front of me, but yes, it is a Marvel vs. Capcom 1. It is the Japanese board. It's a nice cabinet. It is for sale. I mean, if anyone were interested in it, it has a couple of problems. If you can work on arcade machines, it's all yours for $450. It goes into like a sleep mode, and I don't know what it is, and I'm probably just going to unload it before, before it becomes too much a problem for me. So, Chris R21315, how's your game store doing? Check out the latest update video. And I'm doing another update soon, and I'll tell you more then. Shinma Ryu, if you could only own one system and could only play that system forever, which would it be and why? That's really pretty easy for me. It'd be the PS2. It's just a great console with a massive game library of phenomenal titles. And if you're stuck with one system forever, you got to pick the one that has the best games and the most games. So I'm going to say PS2. Box Tupac. What was the first console ever made? It depends on your definition of console. First of all, if you count like the Pong consoles and all that stuff, then the Magnavox Odyssey came out in 1972. And that's all it was, basically Pong, you know. You had a paddle on each side, you had a thing that went back and forth between them, it was a little square, and it had screen overlays that turned it into hockey or whatever. So technically, the Magnavox Odyssey was the first game console ever released. If you're talking about game consoles that actually played different games, the first console that was released that worked on programmable ROM cartridges was the Fairchild Channel F, and that came out in 1976. So, just depends on your definition of console. For me, I always say it's the Fairchild Channel F, but really technically it's the Odyssey. So, there you go. Anything Games 13 and the German Guy 91, what's your favorite gaming platform or system? I think I answered this one before, but I'm not sure, so I'll do it again. I have too many to name, and I know a lot of people say, oh, that's BS, I can name my favorite console. I can't. There are too many I love. I'm a guy who just, I look for the good in every console. So when I say the 3DO is one of my favorite game consoles of all time and people think I'm crazy, I think they're crazy. The 3DO, the Dreamcast, the Saturn, the Super Nintendo and Nintendo, the PS2, you know, those are all some of my favorite consoles, and I just couldn't pick one console. So that's that. Chino2Cool says, do you have every console ever made? No, I only wish I did. Right now, there's about 11 consoles on my list of consoles to get that I really need to pick up. And there are others I need. I think currently I personally own about 80 consoles, but that includes variations of the same console. Dr. Dib, what is your favorite thing about running a game store? That's easy too. I think, you know, being your own boss is amazing, and doing something you love is everything you could ever want. And that's what I do here. You know, I run it. I love video games. I love talking with gamers and dealing with gamers on a daily basis. This is everything I could ever want to do. Joey Draws, where do you find the videos that you rant about? Most of the videos I rant about, people send me. So if you ever see a great video with some ridiculous claim or some game politics you think I'd like to see, send them my way. Super Batting 1997, how many levels of Pac-Man can you beat without dying? I'll be honest with you, I'm not that good at Pac-Man. I could probably do about 10 levels before I lose a Pac-Man, but I'm not that great. I'm much better at the Miss Pac-Man with the speed, but other than that, I don't play much Pac-Man, to be honest. I do love the Championship Edition, though. So if you haven't played it, try out the Pac-Man Championship Edition. It's incredible. Krieg Drash, if that's how you pronounce it, I don't even know. What's your favorite 2D fighter? I'm going to say Mortal Kombat 2. I was never a big fan of Capcom fighters, but behind Mortal Kombat 2, I would definitely say Marvel vs. Capcom, just because I love the Marvel characters, I love the Capcom characters, and also I'm a huge fan of Eternal Champions on Sega CD. If you haven't played it, give it a shot. Nathan's Gaming, what is your favorite fast food place and food in it? I'm going to throw Chipotle out there and say a chicken burrito. Shu from Peru, is there any inspiration you had that made you want to own your own video game store? Really, I got the idea when I was sitting around playing some games with some friends of mine, and we were actually playing Heart of Darkness on the PS1, and the idea came up, and part of my inspiration was definitely that I'd been ripped off so many times at other game stores. So, you know, I wanted to do something where I thought I could do business and I could make it fair, and I could do it in a way that I thought was right. Trading in my Panzer Dragoon Saga for $5 at EB Games was definitely up there with one of my reasons, my main reasons. And I think that's it for now. I'll continue to answer the rest of the questions in my next answers video. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I'm going to try to do some more videos this week, so keep your eyes peeled, and I will catch you all later.